Has everybody been in this building before? Yeah. Have you all seen the cell over there? The jail cell? Well, we will today. Everybody, this is the paranormal triage.
Good evening. How's everybody doing today? I'm here to do a historical walk. We're going to add kind of the spooky haunted element to it with what we do. So my name is Brian. This is Brenda and Kelly. And then our intern cameraman over here, John. So we are Paranormal Triage. We are a local paranormal investigation team. We travel all around and we do paranormal investigations based on what people may tell us of the properties, the buildings, the homes. And we take a systematic investigative approach to how we do things. We're not just ghost hunters, okay? That's part of it, but the history is the most important part of what we do. We have all sorts of equipment. You're going to be exposed to a little bit of it tonight. I can guarantee that it'll be an introduction of what you can find when you do some paranormal stuff. I don't know if people are skeptics or believers. How many skeptics do we have in here?
I was a skeptic. I was a skeptic.
And how many people have experienced something paranormal before? Okay, everyone else is kind of middle of the road, right? So roughly 3 weeks ago, our group came into this building at night and we did a paranormal investigation. Okay, we spent time upstairs, spent time in this room, a little bit of time in this room, and we spent some time in the old jail cell. What year was this place built again?
1907.
1907. So that jail cell, do we know when the jail cell was put in?
No, it was put in with the sheriff's department. There was actually 2 cells, and they were able to hold on to one.
Yeah, so we were looking at some of the original floor plans that the Historical Society has. We realized that the jail cell was actually moved. So where it's at now wasn't the original location, but it's still one of the original jail cells from here. So actually standing right where I am standing, we need to capture some light and passing by some of the art exhibits that were standing here at the time. Over that period of time that camera was in here, maybe an hour or so, we captured probably 4 or 5 different anomalies in this room, which was kind of strange because we were focused on upstairs because of all the history. And then also the eyewitness accounts from this building telling us about how they were hearing walking and footsteps and different stuff, but they were here by themselves. So, but this room is where we captured that stuff. We've got all sorts of other equipment that we're going to take with us to the other places, and we're going to play with that as we go to those other places. It's a little bit more fun.
If you don't do your history and do your walkthrough and get a feel of the building, you're not going to be very successful in your investigation.
And there's times when we do investigations and we don't capture anything. It just means nothing's there, right? We're completely open to that. Nothing has to happen all the time. Okay, and when we get to some of the other locations, we are going to turn the lights off, put the infrared cameras on, and we're going to play with some of the other tools I have in my backpack, which are a little bit more fun than just the cave tools. And I do believe we can intelligently communicate with spirits. So that's what we're going to attempt to do in the little bit of time we have during this tour. Okay. Nobody's scared really easy? Okay. There's something not like that.
Also say today, so I'm like a skeptic to say the least. Today I was walking on that thing and we were in the IOF building and we had it centered to the center of the room and I saw something with Kelly go to the center of the room, come up a little ways and then disappear. And I'm seriously a skeptic. But I was like, oh my God. And there's another story I have that I'll share when we get next to the building that just happened recently. I kind of blame them. We're going to go into the IOF, we're going to go into the Cascade Theater, and we're going to go behind the Shasta Historical Society building, in between that and the old Tom's room.
But yes, there was some
and where Tom's has been earlier.
different walks, you know.
I've spent the night here. Want to follow me into the building here? You guys want to come take a look at the rest of the building first?
You guys show that little roll call scroll thing?
Yeah. And so the funny thing about that is you can be an odd fellow or you could be a Mason. But you're not necessarily a mason. You can't necessarily be a mason if you've made some mistakes in your life, but you can still be an odd fellow, and that's why they call them odd fellows, actually. And she's going to talk about one of the odd fellows that were here that a certain special thing was named after.
Go ahead and talk about that before we turn the lights on.
Okay, so everybody's familiar with the Diesel Horse Bridge, correct? So the bridge was actually named after one of the members here, Chester Diesel Horse. So when we do an investigation, you want to call on people that are relevant, that have something to do with the location that you're in. So that's kind of where we start with all this.
Some other names that I recognized on there. There's a road in the city of Shasta called Hardinbrook. There was that name on there, right?
Yep.
What was that park?
Volante.
Volante Park. Volante's on there, right? So prominent people. So that gives us a place to start, right? You can ask some questions. We also know that this is the oldest building, right? Standing in Shasta County from the bricks. So that could be a way to ask some questions. So this is called a REM pod. This is going to do some electromagnetic stuff. So this has a shield around it in basically magnetic frequency, and it's going to go off if something breaks that shield. You can tell you can get really close to it before it sets it off. So something has to go right by it and want to set that off. So remember that we have these cat balls.
We're good here.
Okay, so they do work. So I'm going to turn the spirit box on and run it through this processor, which is going to help us filter things. I can also slow it down to make it easier to hear. And I can put a high pass. That would probably because I'm shaking the tape. So, his first name was Chester, right?
Yep, Chester Diesel Horse.
Hey, Chester, are you here with us? Can you want to say something into this spirit box? Yes, the radio, the voices from the radio are coming through there a little bit. And sometimes it's really hard for us to know the difference. So that's why we film. When I look at it, if something just tells me, yep, that's what I'm doing. Because that's going on. Is there anybody who is a member of the Oddfellows in here with us right now? And I know we're getting a little bit of background noise from the neighbors doing some stuff. Typically we like to do this in a very quiet environment. It doesn't have to be. About some of the other names that were on there, Brenda.
Robert Humphrey.
So whatever it is doesn't want to talk to this processor. So we're going to eliminate this out of...
That's actually not the first couple of. The first one was, it was like dilapidated, started breaking down. The roof was leaking, so they took it out, and then they rebuilt this one later. The bricks here are pretty impressive, actually, considering how long this building's been standing and how great of shape it's in, especially after that Virginia creeper. As you know, vinyl just started eating away the ground of the building. And then also, too, things have changed. Like, this used to be the first fire station right over there. And as we know, it was also a part of Reading Police Department station. During the New Deal, they built this new fire station over here. It's still called Fire Station Number 1. To the jail!
Can I go in the jail?
Yeah, they tore that one down.
Oh, yay, and now she's going to jail.
Look at her face.
Brenda just went and left the REM pod in there and turned it on. Well, we're in the jail cell for a long time. Sat in here and did that. And then now we're doing this. We're traveling again next weekend for some more paranormal stuff. Anybody has any questions, just go for it. Okay, you're setting up the REM pod, but I don't know for what question.
Did something bad happen to you in this building?
That's a good one. I don't know if you heard her. Did something bad happen to you in this building?
Is there more than one energy here?
That sounded like yes to me.
you touch your antenna?
Should I just hear why?
Yeah.
We're simply here to communicate with good spirits of light. You got any questions for the spirit box, Gabriel?
After these rituals that these guys have faced, is there anything that has been disrespectful in your opinion?
Said something.
They did say something?
We're gonna have to go back and watch the footage. This is good. Oh, and the REM pod just went off. Somebody want to talk to us through the spirit box? Tell us your name. You're setting the REM pod off. That's great, but we want to talk to you. Forever and ever and ever.
Of course, now.
It's always how it is.
We turn the lights back on.
Always how it is.
Yes, hi, I'm Charlie. I'm one of the volunteers here at the Cascade, and they told us to dress for Halloween, so I don't know if I got it right or not. But anyway, we love volunteering here because we get to attend the shows. That's a really neat thing, but also we get to give people what I call the best welcome in Reading to both our performers as well as to our guests. And so welcome. It's good to have you here tonight. A little bit about the Cascade. I'll try to keep it quick so you can get to the business at hand. This theater was built in 1935 at a cost of $100,000 in a town that only had not even 7,000 people living in it. Why would you invest that much in a little town like that? Because it was about to boom because they were just about to start the Shasta Dam project. And Shasta Dam was a huge project. Their lunch hall served 2,000 meals.
Interactive, get everybody involved today. So you're going to learn all sorts of the history from people that know a lot more than I do.
Right on there for you. And so you all do your thing and have a good time.
Thank you, Chad. Yes, thank you.
So by show of hands, how many people in here are skeptics when it comes to ghosts and spirits? Just a few. Okay. How many people are like true believers, 100%, I'm into it? Yeah. Okay. Think about the history. But all the different performances that have been here, all the different people that have been here.
Restrooms to get ready for a show, for a performance. And let's see, do you think you could do your makeup with these lights?
Yeah.
How would that be for doing your makeup? I gave a tour to one couple and she said, honey, we're remodeling.
But this is called an ovulus. It works very similar to a spirit box. But what this does, this has a bank of 150,000 words in it. Okay, and it allows spiritual energy to tap into that dictionary and say stuff. So we've got possibly, area, and 80. I don't know what that means, and that's kind of where the history comes into it. That's why the history is so important with what we do. It could be residual, what they call residual hauntings, or just energy from, spiritual energy stuck, especially a place like this. I don't know if you noticed when we walked into the main part of the green room there's a pair of boxing shorts, or some kind of shorts, I think maybe board shorts or something, on the wall there. And that is actually a memorial. That person was someone involved with the theater and did all sorts of stuff at the theater, and he died in a motorcycle accident. So they memorialized him and putting his favorite thing on the wall there.
So this is called an SLS camera. So we do have a lot of tools that we use, and this is the kind of light that we're usually sitting in, is what you're experiencing right now. So if I turn this off, it gets pretty dark. So the SLS camera puts off infrared lights, and it's supposed to map the spirit, because they're electromagnetic fields, right? Spirits are magnetic. And have a lot of energy. But we have caught some questionable things. But that's what it looks like. So it has to be low though. But it will map. It will map people. So see, it's mapping somebody. So you guys probably be able to see better because we have more people on this side. But Anyways, this will be a hard one to show everybody. So is there anybody in here that wants to make their presence known? Can you set the cat walls off? Camera's right there, so you gotta kind of point it forward, and it'll start mapping. So generally, if you map a spirit, it'll be sitting on a couch. I was trying to figure out how I could scare people that pass around. If you guys want to ask something, you can. And then we can go back and look at the words that came up, and because we don't have much time, we really can't do a whole lot right now. Ghosts of Interest threw out an ad for their new show, House Calls. So we're like, oh, let's just send in our stupid orbs. You know, at the time, we didn't really know what to call everything. So we did, and they called us. And they actually came and investigated our house last year. And they confirmed everything that we had captured on our camera.
Okay, you're on your own now. No, it's a teaser.
Thank you so much.
In the coming weeks, we are talking about doing one at the Mosley Winery, but I will know more about that on Tuesday. Oh yeah, yep.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
we are coming right back.
Make sure it's turned off.
Let me turn the cameras off.
Okay, how long do you think that is?
That video?
Just where you see that one specific anomaly. So, needless to say, it's really hard to sit and watch frame by frame all the time. But it is